Welcome back, all my Minecrafting friends. This is the player update for episode 3 of the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for November 2015. Join the pack. And there were several deaths in episode 3. But let's start the list with Andy Doan. Andy Doan went to the skeleton spawner and was fighting skeletons. He moved his wolves closer to the spawner so that they wouldn't despawn like mine did, and that seemed to work pretty good for him. Next we have Scody Garbitas. He did some mining, found some iron, and after he got his iron, he decided to take his one dog and his one wolf on the road. He let his wolf go and followed it, but it only moved like 50 blocks away, and then he fenced it back in, and then he killed a skeleton, got some bones, and tamed the second wolf. So he now has 2 dogs, and he started building a house. So he's pretty much staying in the same area there, that very close to where he's been the whole time. Next we have Ong Ong. He went to the skeleton dungeon and killed skeletons for a while. Then he went and made a pumpkin farm and a sugarcane farm. He planted pumpkin seeds and sugarcane. He made bread. No, he didn't make bread. He bred the dogs and made a puppy. And then he ate pie. Next we have Box. Box found the pumpkins, was collecting lots of different colors of flowers. He planted pumpkin seeds, he planted sugarcane. He was able to breed his dogs twice in episode 3 to get his second and third puppy. So I think he has a total of 5 dogs right now. He also made bread and got apples. Next we have Velk. Velk started he started building a house in the plains. He has 4 dogs. When he started out, he got the pumpkins. He made himself a farm next to the river, and by the end of the episode he had bred his dogs 2 more times. So now he has 6 dogs total. Next we have Colony 9. This is on the OG Games channel. This is OG and Technoscribe and Momo and Frank and a bunch of kids. Anyway, they did some fishing. They put a fence around the farm. They found a ravine and got some iron, and OG got blown up by a creeper. So they are down 1 man, but he's gonna hang around and film. So next we have New Azusa. New Azusa had a really good episode. He just keeps making more farms and breeding more puppies, well, breeding dogs to make puppies. He expanded his house, he did some caving and got some iron, and by the end of his episode he has 7 dogs. Next we have Granny's Got Game. Granny had a rough day in episode 3. She made a little farm. She built a little structure around her farm. Her dogs and other animals were trampling her crops anyway, and toward the end of the episode she starved to death, even though she had zombie flesh in her hotbar. So that was a bummer, but I'm sure Granny will be back in December to do it all over again. Next we have Hawkminer. Hawkminer did some mining. He made a portal. He went to the Nether, and he's killing pigmen left and right in the nether. Yeah, collecting zombie flesh that way. Not that much. He killed a lot of pigmen, but he hasn't got that many zombie flesh. I guess they don't drop as many as regular zombies. Next we have Grandma's Gone Gaming. Grandma has made a really interesting zigzag tree farm where she's got her trees planted in a pattern where if skeletons come in there, they can't get a shot on her from a distance because everything is zigzaggy, and they can't shoot her unless they're right in front of her, and then she can just step into them and kill them. So it looks like a really good design for fighting skeletons. She also made bread, so her farm is doing good. Next we have Felonious Wizard. He was able to use his bones to tame both of his dogs, both of his wolves, so now he had 2 dogs. Then he collected flowers, he collected pumpkins, he made a big farm, he bred the dogs and got a puppy, and started working on a house. Next we have Life with Teens. Life with Teens did some farming, made bread, did some mining, and found some iron. Next we have J-Gaz Mom. J-Gaz Mom worked on the floor of her house. She put in a nice granite floor. She got an apple. She did some farming. She made bread. And she put a fence around the front yard of her house so that doggies can go outside without running off, getting too far away. Next we have Piker Eyes. Piker Eyes started off by making bread. He worked on his grinder, his skeleton grinder. He got it perfected. It is a really good design. It's working great. He's cranking out bones and arrows and bows like nobody's business. He took some of his extra bones and did some bone meal farming. Then he did a little mining for a few minutes, but he came back and got a magic bow. Okay. Next we have Baker Bell. Baker Bell collected eggs, collected sugar cane, collected some more pumpkins. She made pie. She went to the skeleton dungeon and was grinding skeletons for a while, and then on her way back to her base, she was blown up by a creeper. So Baker Bell's out. Next we have Tim Obert, aka Captain Hook 5150. He's looking for a mate for Melvin. He spent episode 3 traveling, looking for wolves. He found a taiga biome, but he has not found wolves yet. Next we have Nova Cookie 232. He did some mining, got some iron, enough to make full armor. He went looking for wolves. He got a magic bow from a skeleton. He got back to his base, but he did not see any wolves. Next we have Badheart MC. Badheart tamed his 3rd wolf into a dog. Then he moved his whole operation to the plains, collected the pumpkins, collected the sugar cane, also found some eggs, bred the doggies, got a puppy. He made pumpkin pie and spent the evening fighting zombies and other mobs with his dog pack. Next we have Digger Dad. Digger Dad got some apples. He also made bread. He tamed his 2nd dog, bred those 2 and got a puppy, and then tamed a 3rd dog, and then bred them one more time and got a second puppy, for a total of 5 dogs by the end of his episode. So his pack is growing. Next we have Technoscribe. This is the team of Technoscribe, Mom of Miners, and Frank and Honest. They did some fishing. They Technoscribe tamed one of the wolves right off. Then they went to the skeleton dungeon and got more bones. Came back, tamed all the wolves. Also bred the wolves and got their first puppy. And then Momo got blown up by a creeper. So that was unfortunate. So now instead of a 3-person team, they're a 2-person team. Next we have a brand new player. His channel name is Brett Rose Gaming. Brett Rose, in his first episode, got 2 wolves in a pit. He went off looking for skeletons and they despawned. He came back to check on them and they were despawned, and he's living off of zombie flesh. So not a great start, but it's still early. Next we have Kid Awesome 2. Kid Awesome 2 bred his dogs, got his first puppy, cut down some trees and got apples, bred them again, got the second puppy, spent the evening fighting mobs with his dog pack. He finished up the episode with 1 heart, no food, and not regening. So he's in a bad situation right now, but if he can find something to eat and regen his hearts, he may be able to turn it around. Next we have another new player, Emma Storm. Emma Storm took the iron she found last episode and smelted up and made herself a full set of iron armor. She had coordinates that were close to the skeleton spawner. She went to the coordinates and went around and could not locate the skeleton spawner. She just wandered the area and did not stumble onto it. So she started heading back. She was attacked by a witch, which brought her down to half of a heart. She was running through the forest at night with half a heart, no food, and was killed by a spider. So Emma Storm, dead on day 3, or episode 3. Well, she says that she may try it again unofficially, just because she wants to give it another shot. And we will all be watching for that. Finally, we have the team of Conjuring and Kazur. Conjuring and Kazur did some fishing. They're living off of fish pretty easily. They bred the dogs and got their first puppy. They put a fence around the area, fencing the yard around the house, fencing in the farm, fencing in a little pond. They also made bread, got some apples. They got a couple of cows inside the fence with them. Did some mining, got some iron, and expanded the house. So it was a really busy episode for Conjuring and Kazur. And that is the list for episode 3. As you know from my episodes, I'm still looking for wolves. And so I will see you all in episode 4. This is Mike Deering signing out.